Only for the Yamaha, but a better one for the Suzuki. The Suzuki blast down to turn one. Look at that, what a start. And then looking at the inside, but it is Maverick Vinales who sticks with second place. Dobby's in third place, and it's Marquez back.
And I can't wonder, most of the weekend in these conditions, Vinales has been around 10th place.
Look at the KTM! It just drives by. Pole Espargaro drives by Maverick Vinales. His Yamaha must be drive. It must be hooking up.
It must be. And doesn't Maverick Vinales look?
It's shocking the world.
This is going to go wrong.
Marquez is on hot through there, actually. Yes, I thought, oh, hang on. Yes, that is Alicia Spargaro that's down on the deck. Of course, we're in the red.
Compound. Everybody else is on the soft. There's a lot of lying water. You would obviously think he's made a mistake.
That he'd gone out on the medium. It's a bit harder. He's on the brakes. He's underneath. Pole Espargaro, that's going to be a bit of a... He's not averse to crashing, Marquez. There's no doubt about that. And all the time on that Honda, he's the man that clearing water. It's about heating the tyre. And you're right, the medium is Danilo Petrucci taking a look now on Vinales. He's going to go through.
He's his teammate. And look now.
Right there with him.
After how many laps have we done, sorry? 3.
Miller through as well. So Jack Miller goes under Maverick Vinales.
And Vinales, what am I saying? He just
going backwards.
He looks...
That is, look at it, look at it. He's on the straight 2019 machine. Next year, we're testing that on Tuesday. Pop, now look at it at Valencia. It's leading the Grand Prix by 3.8 seconds over the Ducati. And in bikes that he's feeling really good on. The only way you ride great in this kind of weather condition is if you that motorbike
through the tyres. Not always good on hot, greasy conditions, but in cold, wet conditions. It
looked like it went back in quite as easily yesterday. He had to go up into the hospitality unit of the truck, having made his way on what's going on in there. The amount of hard work that goes on behind the scenes, you can only imagine the hard work. Here he is, Marquez versus 44 of Pole Espargaro. Look at the way it turned in on him and up onto the...
Be the only rider to put the medium tyre in. You can see the problems he's having.
That Honda looks really, really lively. 0.2 seconds.
Yep.
Neil, 4.2 seconds.
Lap.
Here we go. Look at the KTM. Wasn't he? He was the one that they were going to spend the money on. Oh, the wild card, Michele Pirro, has crashed out. He's been looking good throughout the week. And that will be his shoulder again, judging by the way he's set. Alberto Puig wanders for the tent because every time it comes out now. Here we go then.
Oh, it's big.
Oh, that's awful. That is really going to hurt. In fact, out of the Valencian Grand Prix here, Marc Marquez, he looks like he's popped that straight back in you. Has eked into it. Dobby's now getting into a rhythm on that Ducati. The last Ducati winner here
was Sete Gibernau in 2001. There you go. Morbidelli from 15th.
That's Danilo Petrucci as the independent team of the year. We're back with Valentino Rossi though. The GOAT. Look at the tape coming off Rins, but I don't know whether it will make any difference to Dobby's performance. 2.9 it's
on the last lap. And you know, you can imagine what's happened. Rins is out there leading. He's not used to leading up a temperature. And whilst all that's going on, you've got the experienced old dog of Rossi just chipping away at it. Nice.
Just gone down. The Maniac is in the dirt. He goes to Aprilia next year. You won't be seeing him on another Suzuka in 6th place. Johan Zarco and the Tech 3 M1 Yamaha.
And due to his bad wrist, he doesn't want to crash.
Well, this is good exercise for his wrist, of course, but he's got Tuesday with the suspect arm, so he's perfectly okay. And
shoulder, keep your eye on that.
He was lucky.
It's that overextension when it goes high, it just literally pops it straight out. It's out now.
She's out.
Here's
of
Rins.
The final round. Alex Rins then, he had a 2-second
lead. Third in the
world title. But look at this now, Valentino Rossi up in the podium and right on... Valentino Rossi win anybody? Dobby has gone at the pace he's gone at. He's about the maximum that Ducati, because he is a machine and a bit of a professor.
What that means for the riders is you can't ride over your limit. If you keep your head,
there's more. That. He absolutely works hard. Look how much Rossi runs in at him, over the top of 13, into 14. The front three, this is your podium, if they all stay on.
I'd love to see what happened then, because either that Yamaha's
up, but the Yamaha just doesn't give the traction.
Yeah.
If they swap ends, if the front end's not good, the back end is. With Pole Espargaro having crashed out, teammate Bradley Smith has gone out after a good ride from him.
And Rossi's making all the time on corner entry, which is a risky thing to do.
Which just goes to what I said a moment. Has gone from first to third. Now, has he got any comeback to that? I wonder. Again, comes it in, but he ain't going to lead it. I'll tell you what, he knows it.
Yeah,
he knows about
there's a track footed here.
Let's have a look.
There's to do.
And that, with 15 laps to go,
is not a race.
Is not quite a race.
We're going to have a restart, ladies and gentlemen.
Start. 3 laps. We've got a partial result. We could have a... Yeah, that's 3/4 race distance not completed. There it is. Race to be restarted. Thank you very much, Dorna.
Oh,
Go on, do the theme tune.
Colin's looking at us confused. Right, come on, eat it up on the straight.
It also hooks up real well. And in these conditions, the balance is everything. Dobby has it at the moment, out front from Rins. Rins, though, has plenty of standing water here. This is not ideal conditions still. We've had that red flag, we've had the rerun, it's full.
That he's not going to be just sit round prepared to, I'll just take another second place.
Still a remarkable fight from the back of the grid. Cyrene, Lorenzo, Redding, Bradle, Abraham and Torres are the remaining of the 16. Look at
you can, but he's obviously, there's been plenty of wet sessions, so he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, we could have said that about Martin. You're not too late because this is a straight race to the finish. We've had a red flag. Not in this race will be Marc, and we have a 14-lap race, straight race to the end for the Valencian Grand Prix.
And those
Pole Espargaro in 4th place as well. Very, very wet. They're shifting a lot of water here. Rins is gaining in, but of course we had right on hitting your marks when you can hardly see them. Valentino Rossi out a little wide, staying away from that white line, staying like he's asleep. Andrea Dovizioso, remarkable guy. Saw him at breakfast this morning.
He's the same. If he's had a terrible race, he's the same. He's just a level, mature, absolute
the season. That intelligent win in Argentina earlier on in the year. So Cal is our moment of the season. More about pace as this place gets a little bit wetter by the minute. Still the rain is coming. It's lighter than it was.
I'm just concerned Rossi's going to try and make it all on the brakes because that's what he's having to do. The problem is, eventually,
for these guys, they're chucking the kitchen sink at it. I can't imagine how much it's costing them. Hasn't he? He's just got that confidence in the front end. Valentino Rossi. Now then, has Rossi got the ritter the old goat's made of? 39 years old, sodden, soaking through for Rins, but there's no doubt about it. This is the man that measure. Absolutely incredible. Look at the eyes on Dovizioso. Looks like he's concentrating a bit.
Just a bit. And all you're doing at
the 2.4.
Yeah.
That is not down to Dobby. That is... Oh, down has gone Alvaro Bautista. So, turn 12. We've seen that all weekend, haven't we?
Probably seen 30, maybe more. 40 crashes there over the weekend.
Dovizioso found an extra half a second in that last lap. He might have, but I doubt it.
No, it was...
Event of the year. 5 laps to go. Coming up. Dovizioso leads. Espargaro, a fantastic 4th place for the KTM. So, Espargaro 9th, that's great, in front of Happy Cyrene. Stefan Bradl in for Cal Crutchlow 11th. Redding, Lorenzo.
That Ducati key, all so good. We
came through the Tech 3 team, looked brilliant at Tech 3.
Yeah, I mean, he was incredible in Moto 2, wasn't he?
They dropped Yamaha for the first time in, what, 20-odd years? That Hervé Poncharal and Guy Coulon have been with Yamaha.
A lot of information is the most important. Oh, someone's
down!
Rossi!
Rossi's down in the dirt. Valentino used to go down there a minute ago. Now it's Valentino Rossi. Talk us through it.
Well, you just tip in. I bet the rear comes round on him.
Race. He's going to rejoin, of course. He will get points because there's only 15 riders out there at the moment, but that does podiums. If he can make it to the end, keep your head, Pole Espargaro. Michele Pirro is closing it if he can.
A podium, I'm pretty sure he hasn't, in MotoGP, and he's 2 seconds behind with 4 laps to go.
Michele Pirro, and he was a winner here in Moto 2 in 2011. Just to give you Michele Pirro. Racetrack, winner in Moto 2, 2011. It was Bradley Smith, who's down in 8th place on the KTM in this second rerun.
And Bradley's in
over Vinales, who was closing in on him. There was only 2 points between the two. Oh, hang on. So Valentino Rossi's got that. It just looked like he was aquaplaning slightly. You don't want to be on that plane. That scares you when you go out.
Who? Rossi? Yeah, Rossi's 13. It was closing in on Jorge Lorenzo.
Leads by 5.7 seconds from Pole Espargaro. Has 1.8 seconds back to Michele Pirro. Mike Light in Valencia for Ducati will be very special indeed. It's been 10 years since we've Valencia. Just got to hold it together. Keep out of the puddles. Keep off of the paint.
Grand Prix almost won that title as well, and it is this consistent, immaculate style.
Out of the final chicane, over the line, he's almost there now. Andrea Dovizioso then has a short line. Andrea Dovizioso wins the Grand Prix of Valencia from the Suzuki Alex Rins project as well. Pirro comes across, he's a wild card on the 2018 Desmos Adichie in 4th. Bradley Smith, after pushing the bike back out of the sandpit in the first part of today's race, gets 8th, fell off a little earlier on, has remounted, and that for me still marks it's the measure of the man. It's
place, finish there, that's his best result of the year. So we'll be pleased with that. What a way to sign out. All round, hasn't it?